Well, hello there. Hi, I'm Susan, and I'm the principal of Duluth Elementary here. And my understanding is that you have some concerns pertaining to the interpreter in your daughter's class. Is that correct?
Yes, I have some concerns about my daughter's class. The interpreter keeps missing a lot of classes. The interpreter has been gone for being sick, and my daughter needs to have an interpreter there consistently. That's it. I don't want her missing out on her education.
Yes, yes. Illness has been a big problem this year with faculty as well as with the interpreter for Sammy, was her name? Sammy, is that correct?
Right, Sammy. She's a little third grader and she's 8 years
Yeah,
old.
I've seen her in the hallway a few times. You know, illness has been a problem and everything, as I was saying, and there aren't many interpreters in this area. We do have a person, an aide, who works with one of the first grade children, and they do have some sign ability. I think we could place her with Sammy in the event of an extended absence of the interpreter. Wouldn't that work?
That would not work because I don't want my daughter falling behind. It's important for her to stay involved in class every day to keep up with the class. And when the interpreter is gone for a long period of time, she's going to fall behind, and that's not what I want. The aide may know some sign language, but it's not the skill level that she needs.
Oh, I wasn't aware. I just assumed that since she knew signs, she could interpret. I've seen her talk to Sammy.
Talking is one thing, but interpreting in a classroom setting, it requires a bit more because the teacher is speaking and the interpreter is having to change it into a different language. They're having to hear and process and then produce it into sign language. It's different than just speaking to someone. It's very different. They have to have an education for that. She's right, she's right. An interpreter, they have to practice, but the aid, it's different just speaking with someone in sign language rather than interpreting because that person learning, they have like a few months, maybe a year of language, but the interpreter has in-depth practice and knowledge, several years of practice and cultural background and linguistics and the requirements, the legal requirements. They know what's going on.
So is there teachers are required to be licensed in the schools, of course, to teach. Are there some kind of requirements if we were to look for a sub that we need to be aware of?
Yes, yes. An interpreter needs to be certified. An interpreter, whenever they enter, and if they're not certified, they have to become certified within 1 year of working in the classroom. And if they don't become certified in that time, then too bad. So teachers have to be sort of licensed, and just the same as interpreters have to be certified.
So certified is a better word than if I were to say interpreter license.
Well, that's what it's called. It's called a
Okay,
certification.
well, I know that when we hired Sammy's current interpreter, she had graduated from a training school or had gone to school. So I'm assuming that's the training you're speaking of. But as I said, there's not many interpreters in the area. Where do you suggest we go to advertise for a sub or long-term sub in the event that the regular interpreter is out?
You can try different schools in the district. You can also try some universities and see what contacts that they have. Do you have any other options? You can also contact the IRC, the Interpreters Referral Line Center, and I can give them your number so you can contact them and you can try to find a substitute interpreter that way.
Okay, well, I sure appreciate you coming in to meet with me. I really didn't know there was a difference between signing and interpreting. Um, we will do our best, and perhaps we'll contact this IRC number. If you could provide me with that, I'd really appreciate it. Do you want to set a follow-up appointment about this, or you want to follow up maybe in a month or so to see how the interpreting is going?
I'd like to set up a phone and meeting in a day or two to see if you found an interpreter, just so I'm aware of what's happening, because I just want my daughter's education is very important to me and I want her to stay involved.
You're welcome.
So thank you. And here's my card.